remember that they're changing my voice in God's spirit would never be gay and does not include any LGBT spirit at all. None whatsoever. It's also important to note that whites and Jews could never truly lead God's chosen. The story is figurative, and I will prove that definitively in this video. And I call on God to punish everyone on duty right now and their families, and everyone giving them orders. I warned them many times. They thought that they were better off offending God and moving against God, just like their families. And so their souls must be punished forever and thoroughly. They were warned many, many times. It's in their genes to hate God with all their being, and there's no excuse for that. So in this video, I'm going to make it very short, and then in the next video, I'll build on that. So let's first look at Job 36:32 to establish the nature of lightning, okay, the sun's rays, and the wind of God. So Job 36:32, he fills his hands with lightning and commands it to strike its mark. Right, so it has martial art implications. Just like the prostitute in Revelation is called a prostitute because it has implications on sexual immorality. It has implications on females who refuse to obey God their May, who instead are serving other deities. Thus, all their sex is sexual immorality. All their worship is satanic, what have you. And everyone else who refuses to obey God their May. Let's look at Habakkuk 3. Go to verse 3. God came from Teman, the Holy One from Mount Paran. His glory covered the heavens, and his praise filled the earth. So God is coming down, okay, and his glory fills the heavens, right? It covers the heavens, and his praise is praised by the righteous. Obviously not scum, the righteous praising God by their actions, what have you. Fills the earth. His splendor was like the sunrise. Rays flashed from his hand where his power was hidden. So just like in Job, okay, 36:32, it says that there's this light in his hands, right, in his hands. What's interesting about this is when we go to Proverbs 30, verse 4, in the New Living Translation, in the English Standard Version, in the King James Version, a lot of people swear by the King James Version, it uses the word fists. In the New International Version, it uses the word hands. So see how it's being used sort of interchangeably here. Because for a long time, millions and millions and millions of people who call themselves Christians, Muslims, and Jews have known that it's a martial arts story, but have lied about it to their extreme disgrace. And right now, those of them who have passed away without being in the divine order, they're cooking to the extreme and forever. To the ones who know better, or a bit better than others, they'll be beaten with many, many blows. And the smoke from their torment will rise forever and ever, right? Lightning, the sun, I'm sure you can easily connect that to fire and smoke, what have you. Proverbs 30, verse 4, the New Living Translation. In the New Living Translation, in the English Standard Version and the King James Version, they use the word fists, and there's many people who swear by the King James Version. Who but God goes up to heaven and comes back down, who holds the wind in his fists, who wraps up the oceans in a cloak, who has created the whole wide world? What is his name and his son's name? Tell me if you know. Now, we see the word power is used in Habakkuk 3, verse 4, right? Where his power is hidden, right? So he has this sort of martial power. It connects to the essence of the idea that the heavens is, displaying before the government kind of tries to gay wash it, fairy wash it. Because you see a lot of Jews and English people, they have this kind of fairy way about them, a lot of gays. And so they try to confuse that. So in the next part, we'll explore this more here. We'll talk about the abode of light and, Ezekiel 38:16 and Job 38, verse 19 and more, where it says, what is the way to the abode of light? And where does darkness reside?